So that's the first question on your screen. Now, it looks like a lengthy question. Read the information and try to make equations, try to make some relations so that you will take less amount of time, less number of efforts to find out the answer of this question. So as soon as you get an answer, quickly post it in the chat box. So the question says that Ganesh borrows rupees X from Adarsh at 12% annual interest. He then adds rupees Y of his own money and lends rupees X plus Y to Ishwar, the third person, at 15% annual interest. All right. At the end of the year, after returning Adarsh's dues, now carefully, read carefully after this. After returning Adarsh's dues, the net interest retained by Ganesh is the same as that accrued to Adarsh. So this is the most important line. On the other hand, had Ganesh lent rupees X plus 2Y to Ishwar at 15%, then the net interest retained by him would have increased by rupees 450. If all interests are compounded annually, then find the value of X plus Y. You must quickly find out the answer of this question. Probably it's just the length or the language of the question that might bother you, but actually if you'll do this logically, then it will not take you more than 1 minute after you have understood the question. Okay, any answer for this one? Anyone? I could see less number of participants today. That could be because of the live match India South Africa that is going on at the moment. All right, any answers for this one? Chaliye, let's have a discussion on this. Now, Ganesh borrows rupees X from Adarsh. So, Adarsh is the first person. He has lent Ganesh rupees X at a rate of 12%. Now, Ganesh adds some money by himself. So, some money, that means rupees Y, it is given. So, Ganesh adds rupees Y and then he lent this money, X plus Y, to Ishwar at a rate of 15% per annum, right? Now, what happened at the end of the year? Try to understand this. This is the first scenario that we are talking about. At the end of the year, after returning Adarsh dues, the net interest retained by Ganesh. So, the net interest retained by Ganesh. So, Ganesh must have got an interest of 15% of X plus 15% of Y. All right. Out of this interest, he must have given an interest of 12% of X to Adarsh. So, from Ishwar, the value of interest that Ganesh will get will be 15% of X plus 15% of Y. The money he invested, the money that he lent to Ishwar was X plus Y at 15%. So 15% of X plus Y is the interest that he must have got from Ishwar. Now, the portion of interest that he must have returned to Adarsh must be 12% of X. So if I subtract 12% of X from here, that will be the total, or that will be the net total interest retained by Ganesh. ओके, सो गणेश को ईश्वर से कुछ मिला इंटरेस्ट और उसने आदर्श को कुछ इंटरेस्ट वापस दे दिया. ओके, सो द नेट इंटरेस्ट रिटेन्ड बाय गणेश विल बी interest received from Ishwar minus the interest given to Adarsh. Interest received from Ishwar is 15% of x plus y. Interest given to Adarsh is 12% of x. So this is the net interest retained by Ganesh, and that should be equal to that accrued to Adarsh. जितना आदर्श को दिया है, this is equal to that. So आदर्श को कितना दिया? आदर्श को दिया 12% of x. So if you will simplify this, you will get 15% of y will be equal to 9% of x. All right, ठीक है? So 15% of y is equal to 9% of x, और x upon y का वैल्यू पता लग जाएगा. ठीक है? So from here I will get the ratio of x and y. So the ratio of x and y will be equal to 5/3. Right? So this is the first relation, the first important relation that we have got. Now let's look at the second case. Now they are saying that on the other hand, had Ganesh lent rupees x plus 2y to Ishwar at the same rate of interest. So Ganesh would have lent, instead of x plus y, he will lend x plus 2y to Ishwar at the same rate of interest. Okay. Now the extra money that he is lending is y. So extra interest that he will get will be 15% of y, right? Then the net interest retained by him would have increased by 450. All right. So basically they are telling us the value of 15% of y, right? Why? Because the extra money that he has lent to Ishwar is y. So extra interest will be calculated on this extra principal that he has lent. That will be 15% of y, which is equal to 450. From here, I can get the value of y, that is equal to 3000. If the value of y is 3000, substituting this value of y in this relation, in this ratio, I will get the value of x as 5000. Now my question is, we have to find out the value of x plus y. X is 5000, y is 3000. So the value of x plus y should be 5000 plus 3000, that is 8000. So option B, 8000 is the correct answer for this question. All right. So it's just the language that you have to understand to make the equations simple, look simple at least. Okay. All right, so let's move on to question number 2. This was question number 1. Question number 2 on your screen now. Now, this is a very tricky question. Now, let A1, A2 up till A72 be positive integers. Important, huh? Positive integers such that A1 is less than A2, is less than A3, and so on. So basically, A1, A2, A3, and so on, these are in increasing order, and all of them are positive integers. All of them are natural numbers. Suppose their arithmetic mean is 1 less than the arithmetic mean of, so suppose their arithmetic mean, that means arithmetic mean of these 72 numbers is 1 less than the arithmetic mean of the same group of numbers excluding the first term. So starting from A2, A3, and then up till A72. Okay. If A72, the 72nd term, the last term is 200, then the largest possible value of A1 is how much? A tricky question this one is. I'm saying tricky, I'm not saying difficult. Okay. So I can keep this question in somewhere around moderate level of difficulty, just because of the tricky part that is in this question. Otherwise, the question is very simple. A few more seconds and then we'll start with the discussion. No response today. What is happening? चलो देखते हैं. So first of all, first 72 A1 से लेके A2, 72 positive integers. Their average is 1 less than the arithmetic mean of all the terms starting from the second term up till 72nd term. Okay, so I'm assuming that the average of A1, A2, A3 up till A72 is A. So the average of A2, A3, A4, A5 up till A72 should be one more than A as per the given condition, right? Fine. So the sum of A1, A2, A3, that means A1 plus A2 and so on up till A72. This sum should be equal to 72 times A, all right? Because their average is capital A, so their sum should be number of terms multiplied by the average. In the similar manner, the sum of A2, A3, A4 up till A72 should be equal to 71 times A plus 1. All right, so this will be the average of these 71 terms. Clear? Now, the sum of A1 up till A72 is 72A, and sum up from A2 up till A72 is given as 71 times A plus 1. I'll subtract. So first equation minus the second equation. ठीक है? Subtraction करते हैं. So left hand side में I'll be left with only A1, and on the right hand side I will have 72A minus 71A, that is A, and then minus 71. So the value of A1 will be dependent on the value of the average, and it will be 71 less than the average. All right. So A1 is equal to capital A minus 71, where capital A is the average of these 72 terms. Right. Okay. Now let's understand what we have to do. We have to find out the largest possible value of A1. So I have to maximize A1. The value of A1 will be maximum if the value of capital A will be maximum. Now capital A का value maximum कब होगा? When the value of each of these terms will be maximum. So now if A is maximum, if A is having the maximum value, so I can say that it will also be the maximum value of A plus 1, right? So to maximize A1, I'll have to maximize A. And to maximize A, that means I will be maximizing this value as well. All right. Now, look at these terms, these 71 terms. Wait, I'll change the color of the pen. Okay, so look at these 71 terms now. To maximize the value of A plus 1, I'll have to maximize each of these numbers. The value of A72 is given as 200. In order to maximize the value of capital A, I'll have to maximize each of these terms. Since all of them are positive integers and they are in increasing order, so the maximum value of A72 is given as 200. So the maximum value of A71 will be equal to 199, right? Then the maximum value of A70 will be equal to 198, and so on. They will be consecutive positive integers in decreasing order starting from 200. Right? So I can just say that A72, it is 200, which is given. Maximum value of A71 will be equal to 199, and so on. I can say that in that case, if all these values are consecutive integers in decreasing order, the value of A2 will be how much? The value of A2 will be 200 minus 70, that is 130. So the value of A2 will be 130. So now starting from A2 up till A72, these are consecutive integers: 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, and so on up till 200. Okay. So if I'll consider these values, then I'll be able to find out their average. So इनका average क्या होगा? Their average will be the middle term because all of them are consecutive integers. So their average 200 plus 130 divided by 2, that is 330 divided by 2, which is 165. So 165 will be the average of these terms starting from A2. Okay, their average was considered as A plus 1. So I can now say that A plus 1 का maximum value kitna hoga? It will be 165. So the maximum value of A will be 164. And substituting this maximum value of A in this equation, I will be able to get the maximum value of A1. That will be 164 minus 71. All right. And subtracting, I'll get 93 as the maximum value of A1. Okay. So that will be the correct answer for this question. I hope I am clear. So I'll just quickly repeat. Once we have got the relation that A1 is equal to capital A minus 71, since I have to maximize the value of A1, I should be maximizing the value of capital A. Now capital A की value maximize होगी तो capital A plus 1 का value भी maximize हो जाएगा. Okay, so in order to obtain the maximum value of A plus 1, I should be maximizing the value of each of these terms. Okay, A72 is 200. The other numbers can be considered in decreasing order, the consecutive integers in decreasing order. And likewise, I'll get A2 as 130. Now, once you have got the values of all of them, I'll calculate their average, which is A plus 1. From that, I'll get the value of capital A and will substitute it. Okay, so that's it about question number 2. The correct answer is 93. Let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3, it's hardly a question of a few seconds. So quickly, at least give me an answer for this question. People who are sitting in this lecture and doing nothing, start doing something. No. So Tarun, as per the first equation, A1 will not be 129. Understand? They all are in increasing order. They have not mentioned that they are consecutive positive integers. Okay? All right? Am I clear, Tarun? So A1 and A2 का आपस में कोई relation नहीं है. It's just that A1 should be less than A2. Fine. Also, the values should be considered such that if the average here is A, the average of the other should be A plus 1. The value may or may not be consecutive integer. Okay, Tarun? So already we have got the relation, the value of A1 as capital A minus 71. A1, A2 may or may not be consecutive integer. Especially in this question, they are not consecutive integers. Okay, question number 3 on your screen. The scores of Arvind and Bhaskar in an examination are in the ratio 3:4. After an appeal, their scores increases or their score increased by the same amount and the new scores are in the ratio 34:41. The ratio of Bhaskar's new score to that of his original score is how much? Yes, Tarun. Chal. Again, I'll take you back. You are absolutely correct. In order to maximize the value of A, I should be taking the highest value of all of them. Fine. Okay. But also, I should be taking care of this relation that A1 is equal to A minus 71. Okay, ये equation भी तो given है ना? Right? Now, we are asked to find out the maximum value of A1, right? Taking care of this condition, and hence, I have started from here A2 up till A72, I have maximized their value, which will maximize the value of capital A and hence maximize the value of A1. The difference between capital A and A1 has to be 71. If you will consider the value of A1 as 129, you will not be able to satisfy this relation. ये वाला relation satisfy नहीं कर पाओगे. Okay? All right. चलिए, question number 3 discuss करते हैं जल्दी से. So question number 3, it says, the scores of Arvind and Bhaskar in an examination are in the ratio 3:4. So I'll assume their scores as 3x and 4x. Okay. After the appeal, the scores increased by the same amount. So let's say the score of Arvind and Bhaskar increased by Y. And now the new ratio has become 34 upon 41, right? This is the equation. We'll have to find out the relation between X and Y. There is nothing in this question. So let's start solving this. So doing cross multiplication, 41y minus 34y, that is 7y is equal to 34 into 4, 120, 136 minus 123, that is 13x. So the value of x upon y is equal to 7 upon 13. All right. Now people have started giving the answers. That's good. So Harsh, Priyanshi and Monu have given the answers. So x upon y ka value pata lag gaya, 7 upon 13. The ratio of Bhaskar's new score to that of his original score. So new score of Bhaskar is 4x plus y and his original score was 4x. If I separate the denominator, I will get 1 plus y upon 4x. So y upon x का value substitute कर लेते हैं, तो 1 upon y upon x will be 13 upon 7. So 13 upon 4 multiplied by 7 is 28. So here the ratio comes out to be 41 upon 28. So 41 upon 28, the correct answer option A, 41 upon 28. Correctly given by Harsh, Priyanshi, Monu and Moin. Four of you have given correct answer. Good to see you back. So now keep participating in this question. Tarun, I hope you have understood the explanation that I have given for the last question. Now you can post your answers for the questions that we are doing currently. So the correct answer here is 41 is to 28. Let's move on and look at the next question. A jar contains a mixture of 375 milliliters of water and 500 milliliters of alcohol. Vikas takes out 20% of the mixture and substitutes it by water of the same amount. The process is repeated once again. The approximate percentage of water in the mixture is how much? Approximate percentage of water. So if you know the method of removal replacement, this question will be very simple. So I have just written the formula for removal replacement, which says final fraction or final percentage, whatever you can take, you want to take, is equal to initial fraction or percentage, whatever is on the left hand side, bracket total solution minus removed divided by total solution. Basically, the fraction of solution which is left inside the bracket. So inside the bracket, I have the fraction of solution which is left and raised to the power the number of times the step is repeated. Yes, yes, yes. So, Tarun, in such questions, we always assume that the mixtures, the liquids, or whatever we are mixing, they can be properly mixed. Okay. Okay, chaliye. Let's start with this. Now, final fraction of milk will be equal to, so in the formula, I'll be using the values for milk because replacement has been done by water. This is a very basic rule in removal and replacement. So final fraction of milk, I'm talking about the fraction. Final fraction of milk is equal to initial fraction of milk. I'm sorry, milk नहीं है यहाँ पे, alcohol है, so we'll go with alcohol. So since the replacement is done by water, the formula will be applied on alcohol. Okay, so final fraction of alcohol is equal to initial fraction of alcohol. So fraction of alcohol is quantity of alcohol divided by the total quantity. Total quantity is 875 ml. All right, bracket, if 20% is removed, then 80% will be left. 80%, that means 4 by 5 of the solution is left. Fraction of solution which is left. Raised to the power number of times the step is repeated, which is equal to 2. Right? So this is what we get as the fraction of alcohol which is left in the solution. Let's simplify this. So 500 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4 divided by 875 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5. So I will cancel 25 first of all from numerator and denominator. So this will be 20 and this will be 3 and 5, 35. Okay. Then 20 and 5 will get cancelled. So I will get 4 into 4 into 4, that is 64 divided by 35 into 5, that is 175. So 64 upon 175 is the percentage of alcohol that is left. Fine. So this is the fraction of alcohol. I'll convert it into percentage. So 64 upon 175 into 100 is the approximate percentage of alcohol which is left in the solution. If this is the percentage of alcohol, the percentage of water will be 1 minus this value, or 100 minus this one. Okay. So I'll calculate the percentage of alcohol and will subtract it from 100 to get the percentage of water. So percentage of alcohol approximately, अब approximately calculate करना है. Options are also very far away. So 64 is what percentage of 175? So 10 percentage is 17.5, 30 percentage is 52.5. So the value will be slightly above 30 percentage. So percentage of alcohol will be 30 plus. So I can say that percentage of water should be somewhere in 60s, so 60 plus honi chahiye, right? So I'm doing approximate, I'm calculating approximate answer. So approximate answer should be somewhere around 63 percentage. All right. So among the four options which are given, it is safe to mark option A as your answer. All right. So option A is the correct answer for this one. Let's quickly move on and look at the next question. Question number 5. Now, question number 5 says there are two drums, each containing a mixture of paint A and paint B. So, drum 1 has paint A and paint B in the ratio 8 is to 7. Drum 2, we don't know what is the ratio of A and B. The mixtures from the two drums are mixed in the ratio 3 is to 2. And in the final mixture, A and B are present in the ratio 112 is to 113. So, question is in drum 2, the ratio in which A and B were present is which one among the following options? So Tarun, in that case formula of removal replacement will not be applicable. ठीक है ना? So the formula that I have told you, it will not be applicable. So we'll try to take up a question of this type in one of my sessions. Don't worry. चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. क्वेश्चन इजी है ये वाला भी. So totally up to you if you want to use a weighted average for this question or mixtures and allegations. Okay, allegations is a method, weighted average is another method. So totally up to you, whichever method you want to go with, you can do that. At round one, A and B, the ratio is 8 is to 7. So before we start, we'll have to decide, uh, will I be applying weighted average or allegations, whatever it is, on the fraction of A or on the fraction of B. So if I'll apply it on the fraction of A, in drum 1, the fraction of A is 8 upon 15. In drum 2, assume that the fraction is X. Now after I mix these two in the ratio 3 is to 2, okay, finally, the fraction of A becomes 112 divided by 125. Sorry, 225. So 112 divided by 225 will be the fraction of A in the resultant mixture. Okay. I'm applying the method of weighted average. So 3 is to 2 का ratio था. So 3 multiplied by 8 by 15 plus 2 multiplied by x divided by 3 plus 2 will be equal to the final fraction 112 upon 225. It is very important to apply it either on fraction of a or fraction of b. ठीक है, अब इसको solve करते हैं and we will get the value of x. So 2x is equal to 112 upon 45 minus 24 upon 15. Okay, so from here the value of x I'll get will be 72, 40, 20 upon 45, that is equal to 4 upon 9. So this is the fraction of a in the second drum. Okay, so 4 out of 9 is a, so 5 out of 9 will be b. So the ratio of a and b will be equal to 4 is to 5. 4 is to 5, that is option B will be the correct answer for this question. Okay, so this was question number 5. Let's move on and look at the next question, question number 6. So question number 6, 25% ethanol solution is mixed with another ethanol solution, say S of unknown concentration, in the ratio 2 is to 3. Now, this mixture is then mixed with an equal volume of 25% of ethanol solution. If the resultant mixture is 23.5% ethanol solution, then the unknown concentration of S is how much? Now, this question might look a little lengthy when you read it, but actually it can be calculated. The answer, the final answer, can be obtained in one step or maximum 2 steps. Just have to make a single equation and you will get the answer. Believe me. Okay, let's have a look at it. Now, first of all, 25% ethanol solution is taken. Okay, and it is mixed with an unknown solution. Again, it's an another ethanol solution, but its concentration is unknown. So I'll assume that this unknown concentration is equal to X. Fine. So 25 percentage of ethanol solution is mixed with another solution whose concentration is X, and the ratio in which they are mixed is 2 is to 3. So I'll assume that 2 liters of this first 25 percentage is taken and 3 liters of the second one is taken, and they are mixed. Now let's have a look what happened after we have mixed them. Now the mixture obtained. So I have mixed 2 liters and 3 liters. That means the mixture obtained is of 5 liters. This mixture is then mixed with an equal volume of 25 percentage ethanol. So another 25 percentage of ethanol solution is added, whose quantity was equal to the quantity of the mixture that was obtained. The mixture's quantity was 5 liters. So we have added 25 percentage of 5 liters of ethanol solution. So now I can say that these three are mixed together and the resulting solution is 23.5 percentage ethanol solution. So you can apply a weighted average and you can easily get the answer. So 25 into 2, that is 50, plus 3x plus 125 divided by 10 is equal to 23.5. Simplify it and get the value of x. So x will be equal to 110 minus 50, that is 60. 60 upon 3, that is 20. So 20 will be the value of x. So the unknown concentration of the ethanol solution is equal to 20. So the correct answer, Monu Rawat is the only student who has given the correct answer as option B. So that was question number 6. Without wasting any time, let's move on to the next question, question number 7. Now, Praneeth and Gautam can together complete a work in 12 days. After 8 days of working together, Praneeth got sick and his efficiency fell by 33.33%. As a result, they completed the work in 13 days instead of 12. Now, if Gautam had worked alone after Praneeth got sick, in how many days would he have completed the remaining work? Once again, a very simple question, but a good question. Now, I understand that everybody can solve this question, but the time that you are taking, it will matter in the examination. So at this point in time, we should be looking for the most efficient method that will take least amount of time. Any answer? All right. No answer. Let's have a discussion. Now, Gautam and Praneeth, these two people can finish a complete work, can finish a work in 12 days. Now, after working for 8 days, something happened. So let's not right now talk about what has happened. Okay. Let's understand how much work is remaining after these 8 days. Okay. So I will start by assuming that 1 day work of Praneeth is P and 1 day work of Gautam is G. Okay. Now, in 12 days, the total work will be 12P plus 12G, 12-day work of Praneeth and 12-day work of Gautam. Okay. But they have worked for 8 days. And now, the work which they can finish in 4 days is the remaining work. So, I'm concerned about the remaining work. So, the remaining work is 4 times P plus G. Okay. Now, this work, which could have been finished in 4 days at their normal efficiency, now it takes 1 day extra. That means it has taken 5 days at some reduced efficiency. Now, Praneeth got sick and his efficiency fell by 33.33 percentage. That means his efficiency fell by 1/3. So if Praneeth's original efficiency was P, now Praneeth is working at 2/3 of his efficiency, right? His efficiency fell by 33.33. So now he is working at 2/3 of his efficiency. So now this work, which is equal to, which can be finished in 4 days, now it is finished in 5 days at Praneeth's reduced efficiency and Gautam's original efficiency, right? So now using this, you can find out the relation between 1 day work of Praneeth and 1 day work of Gautam. So I can say that G is equal to 4 minus 10 by 3, that is 2 by 3 P. So G upon P will be equal to 2 upon 3. So at this point, the ratio is obtained. You can assume the value of G as 2 and the value of P as 3. Assumption ले सकते हो, ठीक है? Now what is our question? If Gautam had worked alone after Praneeth got sick, in how many days would he have completed the remaining work? So work find out कर लेते हैं कितना है. Okay. So the total work is 4 times P plus G. This is the total work. So 4 times P, the value can be assumed as 3 and G, it is 2. So this is the total work. 4 into 5, that is 20 units. Now if Gautam is doing this work alone, so Gautam, the value that I have assumed is 2. So 1 day work of Gautam is 2. So in how many days he can finish 20 units of work, which will be 20 upon 2, that is 10 days. So this remaining work will be finished by Gautam alone in 10 days. So the correct answer should be option D. Okay, Priyanshi has given a correct answer, option D. Rest, I have seen no one. Monu, I think आपने कुछ और आंसर दिया था पहले. You have given a different answer, but that is fine. I hope you have understood the method that I have used. I can say that this is the most efficient method. Like I have written a lot of things. Probably if I will be doing it myself, if it's my examination, I'll not even write these many things. Okay, but this is the most efficient method that can be used. All right, let's move on and look at the next question, question number 8. Now, a tank is emptied every day at a fixed time point. Immediately thereafter, either pump A or pump B or both start working until the tank is full. So that means every day, either pump A will start working, either pump B will start working, or both of them will start working, but all of them will work or will start work together. Okay. On Monday, A alone completed filling the tank at 6 p.m. On Tuesday, B completed it at 4 p.m. On Wednesday, A alone worked till 3 p.m. and then B alone worked from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. to fill the tank. right? So three different instances are given, but the work started at the same time. Okay, so the first pipe which was opened, it was opened at the same time on all 3 days. At what time was the tank filled on Thursday if both pumps were used simultaneously all along? Yes, Monu, this kind of things happens. Okay, so efficiency one third नहीं, two third लेना चाहिए था. It dropped by one third. Again, some methods can be used to reduce the length of the solution. You should be doing that. So what's the catch in this question? Just compare the work done on Monday and Wednesday. So Prateek has given an answer. Prateek, very good. So Prateek, let's have a discussion, and you can tell me if you have used the same method or not. Okay, or like if you have not, so probably you will get some help from the method that I'm using. So let's analyze one thing: Monday and Wednesday. Monday, A started the work, and Wednesday, once again, A started the work. In on both the days, Monday and Wednesday, on both these days, A started the work. Obviously, must have started at the same time. On Monday, A finished the work at 6 p.m., but on Wednesday, A worked till 3 p.m. Okay, so Wednesday, A worked till 3 p.m., and on Monday, A has worked till 6 p.m. That means 3 hours extra. Okay, so this 3 hours work of A is now done by B in only 2 hours. So I can make a relation: 3 hours work of A is equal to 2 hour work of B. Simple. Okay, right? So 1 hour work of A and 1 hour work of B can be taken in the ratio 2 is to 3, or you can assume 1 hour work of A as 2 units and 1 hour work of B as 3 units. Done. Now from here you can find out the time at which the pipes were opened. So on Monday, A has worked till 6 p.m. So let's say A has worked for T hours. Okay, A has worked for T hours on Monday. On Tuesday, B has worked till 4 p.m. That means 2 hours less than A. So it is T minus 2 hours. And they both have finished the work. So T hours work of A, that means T multiplied by 2, is equal to T minus 2 hours work of B, that is T minus 2 multiplied by 3. From here you will get the value of T as 6 hours. Okay, T का value 6 hours आ गया. So A can finish the work in 6 hours and B can finish in 4 hours. A finished at 6 p.m., B finished at 4 p.m. That means they started working at 12 noon. Okay, so 12 noon पे काम start हुआ था. Clear? Now, what is the total amount of work? A can finish in 6 hours. So 6 multiplied by 1 hour work of A, that is 2. So this is the total amount of work. Now, at what time the tank will be filled on Thursday if both the pipes or both the pumps were opened together? So this is the total work, 12 units. If A and B are working together in 1 hour, they can finish 2 plus 3 units of work. So it will be 12 upon 5, which is 2.4 hours. Now 2.4 hours is equal to 2 hours and 24 minutes. So the the tank will be completely filled in 2 hours 24 minutes after the work was started. The work got started at 12 noon. So 12 noon में 2 hour 24 minutes add karo and that will be your answer. So 2:24 p.m. Option A, Pratik, Priyanshi and Yogesh. Three of you have given a correct answer. Nice. Good. Bye-bye.